Hey guys, what's up? This is your boy Innocent, and you are still tuned in to Slaying with Innocent. As I dare, as I slay. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to be speaking to you guys about something really awesome, something that's going to help you quite a lot in your studying. So I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of study tips that can help you study much better and also help you to remember. I really hate studying if I'm not going to remember, guys. I hate teacher. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips that's going to help you remember everything you actually studied. Now, before I give you the tips, let me share with you a quick story about my friend Sipo. So a couple of weeks ago, I was actually speaking with my friend Sipo, and I was actually motivating him because he was going to write his exams. I'm like, dude, you could do this. You gotta see it in your mind, visualize it. And a couple of weeks later, I spoke to him. He's like, hey, yo, I failed this, man. I'm like, oh, why? He says, because I saw it in my mind. I forgot to see it in the textbook. I mean, come on, let's be real. You've got to study. It doesn't matter how motivated you are, you still need to get back into the studying. So when you're done visualizing it, you gotta put the action towards it. You know what I mean? So now here's the first study tip. Now with what A means is that we've got to, number one, approach our studying with the right attitude. So you got to be in the right headspace. So you speak to yourself about it. You make yourself understand that your studying is going to help you actually get to the point of you graduating and passing. So you've got to, number one, be on the right space, be on the right mentality space, and you've got to make sure that you approach your studying with the right attitude. Now with your B, because this is an A, B, C, D, E method. Now with your B, you've got to be bold about it. Approach it with braveness. Approach it with confidence. Don't approach it from a point of weakness like, hey, I'm trying to study, I'm trying to learn. No, go there like, yes, I'm about to study and I'm going to remember everything I do. Woo! You know what I mean? I do this all the time and it actually works. Now the C just means that you've got to be consistent about it. Now trust me, it will not work for you to study the night before. Ask me, I know. You will fail, comrade, you will fail. So you've got to make sure that you are consistent whatsoever. Every time when you study, if you study today, keep it up tomorrow, keep it up the following day, just so this actually gets into your system and it actually becomes a habit. It's really going to help you in the long run. Now with the D, you've got to become a disciplined individual. What do I mean when I say be a disciplined individual? Now we all know it's important to take breaks while we're studying, right? We've got to take breaks, but let's think about this. Does it really make sense that you study for an hour and you take a 2-hour break? Come on, no, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. So you've got to make sure that you are a disciplined individual. When you've set a time for studying, make sure you study. Your cell phone has got to be off. Your data bundles, switch them off so that you are not tempted to log on to any of the social networking sites. Make sure you're disciplined in your studying, and you've got to ensure that you are always on time for your study time. If you say you're gonna study at 4 p.m., study at 4 p.m., not 5 minutes afterwards. Come on, all right? You gotta be a disciplined individual. And now what's the E for? The E simply stands for you've got to become an expert, all right? Now I love being an expert. Now let me tell you how I actually study as Innocent. Now when I get to class, I'm actually being taught and I'm a student, all right? So I sit here, I receive. When I get home, I actually now change the tables, I actually turn the script, I therefore become the educator. How? By actually teaching, well, an imaginary class really. So I just stand there. Yes, I stand. I don't do this whole sit down and study. It doesn't work for me. I stand on my feet and I teach. All right, so this is how I get to study. Open up the textbook, and whatever I read and whatever I try to understand, I teach it to an imaginary audience so that when I get into the exam room and I forget something, I remember, wait, what did the teacher, me, say in the study session? See how it works? I know, genius, right? So if this study tips work for you, which will, make sure that you hit us up and you always contact us just to make sure that we get your feedback. Now, thank you so much for tuning in today. This is your boy Innocent saying to you, keep slaying.